you expect to be without Mike and Jarvis again this week?
Yeah, both those guys have been ruled out.
How have you seen Debo kind of come back this week? I know he's had a good camp and he was injured a little bit. Like, is he kind of getting to where you guys want him to be?
I feel like this was the best he's looked this week, in terms of a health standpoint. So I think that's, obviously that's important for him to get back and be healthy because he had a great camp for us. And unfortunately, he hadn't been quite where we needed him to be from a health standpoint. But I think he's getting back and closer to where, he was in training camp.
Was that knee kind of like a significant factor last couple of times? I know you mentioned he was playing through it and you aggravated it.
Yeah, look, I think, he came back for the team, and he wanted to be out there for the team. And I don't think he was quite 100% healthy, but yet I thought he went out there and battled and competed. I think he's better. He was better this week.
You guys are obviously a ways away from having a healthy secondary. When you do have all those guys, does that affect like how you design maybe your pass rush and some of the stuff you guys do up front?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do when you have all those guys in the back end, and so hopefully we'll get all those guys back here pretty soon and have our full complement. But I think that's a strength of our team when we have all those guys.
Dennis, when you're kind of going through a stretch like this, do you like seeing guys like Alvin be vocal and say something?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, the best teams I've been a part of have been the teams where the team takes over. It's a player's game, and when those guys take ownership and take leadership, I think that's a good thing. I think that's positive because they're the ones that are going to end up bringing us out of this. And look, we all play a part in that, but I think that just goes to show the competitive nature of the guys that we have.
How have you seen Andy really step up as a leader since he's gotten more comfortable operating the offense?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's stepped up as a leader. He's been the guy with a little bit of a calming presence out there on the field for our guys. I think that's been good to see, and he's executing the offense at a high level right now.
At what point this season when Andy was playing did he kind of show you enough to make you decide to make him the starting quarterback going forward?
Yeah, well, I think if you just pay attention to what the offense has looked like over the last 4 weeks when he's been in there, I think it's looked efficient. I think it's moved the ball. I think we scored points, and that's really the name of the game. And so, I think it's just accumulation of the 4 weeks that he's been in there that I felt like we're in a good place offensively and wanted to keep that going.
Has it been somewhat of a relief for him? I know he's been in the league for quite a time. When you told him earlier this week, he said he didn't know you were going to make that decision earlier in the week.
Look, that's probably a better question for him to answer than it is for me. I think knowing early in the week, gives you a chance to get your mind right, and that's kind of where we've been the last couple of weeks.
You guys are pretty consistently stuck with a heavy volume of rushing attempts over that stretch. Is that something that you guys really want to make sort of a strength or at least a reliable point of this offense?
I think the best offenses that we've had around here are the ones that have been able to run the football. Run the football, get in manageable, third down situations. And look, running the football is about the ability to run it when we know we're running it and they know we're running it. And I think that's an important aspect of playing this game, is being able to run the ball to be able to control the clock.
And especially since you can come at it from the other perspective too. I mean, obviously that's great when it works, and then when it doesn't, it can stall out momentum and things like that because there's less frequency of big plays. And
I think,
what are you risking when you're willing to keep pounding away at a run game?
Well, I think the run game wears the defense down. When a team's able to run the football on you, and you have to stay balanced in this league to be effective offensively. I think I think that's an important part of who we are and what we want to be. And we've done a better job of running the football more consistently lately.
Is there any part of you at all that thinks about your previous tenure with the Raiders and you're going up against your old team?
Look, when you're where we're at right now, the only focus is really, honestly, is about going out and trying to get a win.
Is there any timetable on Mike Thomas? Are you pegging
No,
a date
look,
or anything?
I think he's getting better. I think Jarvis is getting better. The timetable is when they can, effectively, come out and perform, then they'll be out here. And both of those guys, all those guys, are working their tails off to get healthy. And so, look, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a, I don't know exactly how the body works and all those things and the healing processes and that type of stuff. I know our guys are working extremely hard to try to get back out here. They want to be out here and help the team.
Are you optimistic either one is going to play this season?
Yes.
That was turf toe? Is that accurate?
Yeah, I don't know what the exact definition of it is. He's got a toe injury. I know that. Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys.